What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. Subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and gentlemen, we are previewing Thursday night's football game between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Got another AFC rivalry game. As last Thursday night's game produced the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills blew the Miami Dolphins doors off. Went into their building and was able to secure a victory 31-10. And this week we'll be featuring the other two teams from the AFC East, the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Now, this is a very long history between these two organizations, but as of recent history, the Jets have been utterly owned by the Patriots, and that's more so to do with the Bill Belichick, Tom Brady era, as they were able to. I know Tom Brady hardly lost in the AFC East, that division. I can't recall the exact numbers, but the Jets, like the Dolphins, like the Bills, were all subject to the wrath of the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady era. So moving forward, the Patriots have been able to still sustain some success against the Jets. But the last time these teams matched up, um, the Jets were able to win 17-3. That was in January, I believe. If I can remember the date, January 7th, 2024. The last game Bill Belichick coached for the New England Patriots. And not only did the Jets win, they went into Foxborough, Massachusetts, and got the victory. Very embarrassing, very embarrassing way to end the Bill Belichick era after so much dominance in his time coaching. But um, it could bode things well, for the future for the Jets, as they are now quarterbacked by one of the better quarterbacks in NFL history, one of the greatest, in some opinions, by Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will be featured in this game. It'll be his first home game since the injury last year that he suffered versus the Buffalo Bills. Excuse me. Versus the Buffalo Bills. This will be the first game that we see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform, also in the Jets Stadium. And last week they were able to secure a victory over the Tennessee Titans in a 24-17 final score. And Aaron Rodgers he's not had a breakout game as of yet in his two games, 2 games and 4 plays as a New York Jet. But he's been incredibly efficient. As last week against the Tennessee Titans, he was able to go 5 for 5 on a touchdown winning drive. The touchdown drive. And I think that bodes well for them moving forward. I think that Aaron Rodgers still has a bit of some cobwebs to shake off. Of course, him being 40 years old and coming off that left Achilles tendon tear. I was expecting personally, was expecting some a bit of a grace period for Aaron Rodgers to get back into form. But with the putrid um, passing defense of the New England Patriots, I believe this would be a perfect game for him to really, showcase his stuff, get back into shape. As the New England Patriots passing defense has been abysmal so far in these 2 games. Looking at some of these rankings and just the 2 games, of course. May I also say that the Patriots lost in a heartbreaking fashion last week to the Seahawks, a rematch of the 2015 Super Bowl. They had a lot of people from that Super Bowl game in the building. Malcolm Butler. I don't think Bill Belichick was there, but Malcolm Butler was there. I believe they made him like the designated captain or something. And it was a game that I think the Patriots, after stomping the Bengals last week, everybody was kind of expecting them to win this game. The Patriots are doing it by committee. They got Jacoby Brissett, who has been proverbial, backup quarterback journeyman in the NFL, but he's been finding some success in the Patriots uniform. I seen some folks earlier calling for Drake May. Not that I don't think it's because Jacoby's doing a bad job. I just think that a lot of people have a lot of confidence in Drake May. I think he's a phenomenal quarterback myself, but they lost last week to the Seahawks in a heartbreaking fashion, 23-20. And it's mainly just because this defense, man. And I'm not saying there's the offense needs some fixing up as well. Honestly, not to double back. The wide receivers for the Patriots, I think they only had a total of 3 catches, maybe 20 or 30 yards, total between the two wide receivers that was able to catch to get some receptions. One touchdown score, but majority of the work went to Hunter Henry, the tight end, and Ramondre Stevenson, the running back. Definitely going to have to clean that up. Especially against a passing attack like the New York Jets, which is one of their strengths. Now that the defensive line has been decimated with some injuries, but um, just wanted to mention that the Patriots, they did lose in a heartbreaking fashion last week. Might be a little bit of some motivation for Coach Gerard Mayo and this band of bandits. Again, I think that the Patriots might be a ragtag bunch, because when you're looking at their roster, there's no household names, no big superstars, but they definitely have been playing some good football these past few weeks. But I wanted to go over some rankings. I'm always interested to see where teams are ranking, especially early in the season, because I kind of use it to try to figure out some some trajectories for the future of the season. But right now, the Patriots' only real highlight is their rush defense. Their rush offense, as they are tied fourth in that department. Overall, this offense ranks 20th. Pass offense is 29th, and scoring is 20th. And actually, they are tied at fourth. I forget what team they're tied with, but that is a highlight for this offense, as they have been exclusively running through Ramondre Stevenson and I think the kid's name is Antonio Gibson. These two last week both caught a touchdown, I believe, for a score. They both caught a touchdown for a score, and nearly both had 100-yard days. Let me see, Ramondre, forget what he went for, and I didn't put it in the notes. Excuse me, y'all. But Ramondre caught him a good yardage production day. Antonio Gibson put up 96 yards on the ground himself. So I believe this is going to be, of course, the bread and butter of this Patriots team, and I think that it'll bode well for them in this game, as the New York Jets defensive line has been decimated. Bryce Huff, they let him go in free agency. John Franklin Myers, he was traded. Who else? Jermaine Johnson, man, it's just heartbreaking in his third season. Really starting to showcase his leadership. Was having a bit of a breakout season, just a small sample size, but he was doing this thing, and had some highlights last week as well. Uh, but he is injured for the season, as he has suffered the same injury that Aaron Rodgers suffered last season with the left Achilles, I believe, tendon tear. So just prayers and thoughts go to him and his family as he gets through this time period. And of course, there's been a very publicized contract negotiation with Hassan Reddick, the former Philadelphia Eagle, who has been on a tear these last few seasons, putting up 10 sacks a season and all kinds of other stats and accolades. He is currently in this contract standoff with the New York Jets, and I've been keeping up with some updates with it. Really nothing to talk about since the last time we talked about it, but he has not been seen in the Jet Stadium since his introductory press conference. So this defensive line is decimated. It's going to really have to lean on the pass defense of Sauce Gardner and the crew. So we'll see, man, because the strength of the Patriots right now is their rushing, and the weakness of is their Russian offense, and the weakness of the Jets right now is their Russian defense. So we'll see how that plays out. But on the defensive side of the ball, the Russian defense for the Patriots is also impressive, as they are second in the league right now. 11th overall total defense, not bad there. The passing defense for the Patriots is very putrid, like we talked about earlier. 27th in the league, at the bottom of the barrel, but their scoring defense is fifth in the league. So between rushing the ball and defense, especially rushing defense, this Patriots is winning old school style games. They were able to hold the Bengals, a team that's seen as a contender. They were able to hold them down last week, again, with this ragtag committee. But it's good to see, there are some highlights, some things to work with. I had no idea that they had a top 11 defense so far in the league, and that's impressive in itself for the New England Patriots. On the Jets side of the ball, not so much good news. Of course, they're boasting again one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, the oldest player in the league right now with Aaron Rodgers. But offense has been a bit slow to get going. Overall, this offense is 27th in the league, bottom of the barrel. The rush offense is 26th. Passing offense, 22nd, led by Aaron Rodgers. And again, scoring offense is 14th, tied with, I don't know why I didn't I marked down tied, but I didn't see the teams that they were tied with. But sorry about that, Joe. But they are tied at 14th right now in the scoring offense. So the Jets got to pick it up. They have so many weapons. Of course, Garrett Wilson. I believe I seen that Mike Williams, the newly acquired wide receiver. I believe he came over from the Chargers. They brought him over to be the wide receiver too, because it's just really been Garrett Wilson, really nothing else to talk about in the the receiving core. But I'm hoping Mike Williams, he'll be able to shake a leg. There's also been some rumblings about Devontae Adams coming on over, so I wouldn't mind seeing that, a reunion between two former Packer players, between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Alan Lazard has been, putting up some touchdowns as well. He has some familiarity with Aaron Rodgers, so it's good to see there. But these guys got to get it going, even more so, I believe that Breece Hall. They got to find a way to get Breece Hall going as well. I got to check and see what the Jets' offensive line is about, see if it's one of the stronger ones. But they got to get that offense going, man. I just think they have too many weapons, too many, positive, points that they can go to and be able to produce. And I think that these numbers and these rankings are very much so below them. But on the defensive side of the ball, it's not really much to talk about there as well. And again, this defensive line for the Jets has been decimated, but overall, they're 24th. Rush, they're 24th as well. Passing defense, they're 17th. And scoring defense, they're tied for 25th. So, just a lot of improvements on both sides of the ball for this Jets. There needs to be a lot of improvement. Hopefully, they're able to fix things up with Hassan Reddick and just move on from there. Just looking at some other notes I made about this. Right now, Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson are eating. They're eating right now. The Patriots average 177.5 rushing yards a game right now, ladies and gentlemen. Not to mention that the Jets gave up 180 yards to Jordan Mason and the 49ers. And again, they gave up a lot of yards last week to J.K. Dobbins and the Titans. No, excuse me, not J.K. Dobbins. Who do the Titans got? I forget who the Titans got, the Tennessee Titans. But the Tennessee Titans were able to put 130 yards on the New York Jets. And so, they got to get that rushing defense together. And again, Will McDonald, I forgot to mention that he was a highlight as well in the last week game, albeit Jermaine Johnson going down was a very dark moment, for the New York Jets, but they were able to get some solace out of it as Will McDonald, who's also been a young uh, um, budding star for this defensive line and for the New York Jets. He had 3 sacks and 4 quarterback pressures. Those 3 sacks were a career best. So some highlights, and again, if they're able to get things worked out with Hassan Reddick, I think that this defense for the Jets could be rejuvenated overnight. Definitely if Hassan Reddick has been staying in shape. Boom, 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 boom. Just looking at my notes. I always take my main notes and then some side notes. Yeah, we talked about the defensive line. Will McDonald did his thing. Key injuries: C.J. Mosley, who has a toe injury right now, and DJ Reed, the cornerback, one of the cornerbacks for the New York Jets. He has a knee injury that he's dealing with right now. But both the last injury report that was put out, both are progressing well and expecting to play this week. So I think that'll be some more good news for the New York Jets defense, especially again after losing Jermaine Johnson. The Jets ended a 15-game losing streak in January. That game that we talked about a little bit early versus the New England Patriots. That game that they won ended a 15-game winning streak versus losing streak. Excuse me, ended a 15-game losing streak versus the New England Patriots. But they still are on a bit of a negative with this New England Patriots team, as the Patriots were able to win the previous 8 matchups in the Jets Stadium. So, they still got another ugly streak to break, and they'll have the opportunity to do so Thursday night. Boo, 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 boo. That's all the notes I got. Yep, yep, yep. That's all the notes I got, y'all. Um, and I'm just, for this game, my final prediction scores and all that. I think the Jets are going to take this game. If the Patriots are going to win it, it's going to be an ugly win. We've already seen them take down one of the AFC favorites this season in the Cincinnati Bengals. And so the Jets are another one of those teams that's been highly touted, but it doesn't seem like they have it all clicking in together as of right now. So the Patriots could sneak another win. They had a very close game with the Seahawks. I think this Patriots team is better than what they produce and show on paper. And again, it's all kinds of all of this whole game, of this entire game, the best part of all facets of both sides of the football for both teams, the rushing for the New England Patriots is the highlight. It's the best aspect going into this game. So behind Ramondre Stevenson, who I think is a budding, he's right. I wouldn't put him with the elites, but I think he's a great great running back to have. He's always, somewhere in the mix producing. I always see his name in the fantasy footballs, somewhere, with him being a serviceable running back. So he could be good for 100 yards. Again, he got a complimentary backup running back in Antonio Gibson, who also can put up 100 yards. Both these guys are great catching footballs out of the backfield, as far as the receiving game goes, if needed be. And again, Hunter Henry, man, he had a career best 8 receptions for 108 yards versus the Seahawks last week. So just a lot of positives for this Patriots offense. Even more so than it is for the Jets offense. But I think the Jets have the name recognition, of course, with Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, a little bit more name recognition. But I believe the Patriots may be able to sneak this game in an ugly way. And so originally I wanted to go with the Jets, man. I promise you. Originally I did want to go with the Jets, but I just feel like the Patriots, they got something going on, something special going on under Coach Mayo. Whether it's sustainable or not, will it last 17, 18 weeks? We shall see. But I think they can sneak this game easily, bounce back again from a good game versus the Seahawks. It's not like they got trounced or nothing like that. It was a game that went into overtime and they just so happened to lose. So I'm gonna take this game, another ugly win for the Patriots, AFC East. Woo. This might be a low scoring game, y'all. It might be one of those ugly ones, like the Steelers and the Broncos just had. But let's go. Patriots win 20-14. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, I'm good with that. I think that the Patriots could get 2 touchdowns, two field goals out of this. Aaron Rodgers might get a touchdown pass. Brees Hall might sneak in for a touchdown as well. So that's what I'm gonna roll with. And also I'm gonna do my fantasy football picks on this. The stardom and situms. Just my opinion, so we'll get into that in a video very soon. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. On the way out, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what you all have to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.